I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 16, Volume 7. We're getting through them now. Only a couple of weeks now until we have to choose whether it's Power Up or We Are the Champions to finish this season off. But anyway, this week I've chosen 2 tapes. This is getting out the Puma box. My lovely Mrs. Demon has actually tidied the other box full, so now I'm going to have to work out where I was at with the professional tapes. But that's okay, it's not a problem. We'll soon sort it out. But anyway, so this is the one from Puma box, because that's the only one I could establish which was in. So here we go. So we got 2 on here. Let's look at this one first. So we got this one is a Boots tape, and it's a Indiana Jones. I don't know which Indiana Jones this is, because I think there's several, isn't there? I'm going to assume it's Temple of Doom. And Gauntlet. Now, Gauntlet has never, ever featured, as far as I can remember, on What's on the Tape. So it's quite interesting to actually have a bit of Gauntlet, because it's kind of a classic action role-playing game, I guess is the best way of describing it, from the arcade. So we got those 2, Indiana Jones and Gauntlet. I'm hoping it is Gauntlet on the other side. A lot of handwriting on here. The title is Broken. It says, this title is broken. That's not a good sign, it says in there. I don't know if you can see that quite, but it can, at a certain angle, it says, this title is broken. That's not a good sign. But anyway, we've got Gauntlet there, and a very broken case. So we've got a broken case for that one. Can't put it back together. Anyway, and then we've got this one, which was Battleships and Ghosts and Goblins. So another sort of classic arcade game, and it's not rewound. But this is another Boots tape, but this is one of these see-through ones. I kind of like these ones. I think they're kind of cool. Look at that. I look quite like seeing the tapes going around. I know you didn't have to make them see through or whatever else is, but I think there's something nice about seeing where the tape is and actually what it's at and positioned. Kind of like that. Anyway, so Ghosts and Goblins and Battleships. So I'm guessing that's a very sort of. I would say that we're getting into the 90s with this. Late 80s, early 90s with this tape. I would definitely think that's where we're at with this particular cover, looking at it. But anyway, well, that's what we've got for that one. It's bizarre that it's like that, though. It's a sort of green, like the reds and the green and the blue for some reason. High quality ferric tape. Anyway, so we got those ones, but through the post, before I put that one in the drive, through the post this morning, I've had this. So I thought I'd show you while I got it. So I got this, which is a big box of goodies that I bought. Now it says keys. It says clams here. So this is clamshells that I bought, and I'm going to kind of quickly open it and hopefully show you what's going on. If I don't need to cut too much, where's the other bit that needs to be cut? Where's the seal? Where's he sealed it? Oh God, it's one of those episodes where I can't find my way into it. Oh, hang on, there it is. I found the seal. It's like the 7th seal of hell. There we go. I found the seal, but I can't get to the seal. I need to get my knife. Hang on. Quick knife in it. We'll knife it. Knife as it is. Handmade, that one. That's Damascus steel. Anyway, so just an aside. I think that having a pan knife is quite useful. But so it's a handmade Damascus steel, that one. But anyway, let's get this thing open. Let's go. Oh God! Pull them free, and not hit the camera at the same time with the lights. There we go. Look at this. So this is clamshell. It's quite cheap on Sinclair sale. So I couldn't say no, especially as I really didn't realise this, but I didn't actually have a copy of Lotus Esprit in the box. I've got the encore version of it, the replacement version, but I haven't got the original on there. I think we're missing. No, instructions are on the inside. They're there. So we're not missing instructions or anything. So we got to complete the original blue tape from Durell. Copy of oh look, and that's the seal of approval. If it doesn't get that on there, it's £100 fine because it's been a copy. So we got original Lotus Esprit. I love that because I was a big fan of the Lotus. I thought it was a really cool thing. Then we've got Bounty Bob, but it says C64 on this. I'm a little bit concerned here that it says 64. Is that C64 or is it Spectrum? Let's have a little look. This could be Commodore 64, you know. That's a bit disappointing if it is. I thought it was. It says Commodore 64. Oh, that's a surprise. Right, okay, I didn't expect it to be Commodore 64. I was expecting it to be. I've been looking for a copy for that for the Spectrum for a while. Never mind. Right, okay. Another one that I don't have. Astro Clone. I don't know anything about Astro Clone. Looks like a sort of space adventure game, interstellar adventure game. With a little inlays and all the other bits and pieces. Very nice. quite a cheap one, this one, so it's quite a cheap bundle, so I thought I'd get that. I've already got Saboteur. I've popped up one a couple of times, but as I say, it was a bundle and I quite liked it, so it's nice to see another Saboteur. We've got Popeye. Now I do actually have Popeye already, so I don't think this is the one you're thinking it is, though. I think this is don't think this is the arcade version of it. But yes, Popeye, with a little bit of writing on it. And then we've got another one that I was looking for. That's the Spirit from Edge. I have no idea what that is, actually. That's the Spirit. I just kind of like the look of That's the Spirit. So I thought I'd buy this and get this because it was a very, very cheap bundle. So I'll get that. Half tempted to try that, actually. In fact, I think we'll put that to one side and we'll give that a go today. And last but not least, is. And there's got a few of these. It's quite sort of big. This is the Crypt. I think I've played this on the channel, actually. If you look around, it should be on there. There we go. The Crypt. Oh God, it's spotless. It's barely been opened. No second tape here. Yes, I've definitely played the Crypt before. No second tape. That's spotless. That really is. That's. These have a tendency to break, but that is spotless. Apart from a bit of glue on the outside, that's a spotless tape. That's a spotless cassette. Or spotless clamshell. Anyway, so we'll put that one to one side. We'll put that to one side as well. And what we'll do is we'll get this one into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so let's go down to our favourite, basic, and load dit, or load speech marks. Push the button. We'll go with Indiana Jones. Now, I think this is going to be Temple of Doom. I don't know if there was another one, wasn't there? But it was on one of the load. It was on one of the what tape was it? I can't remember which one it was, but it was What's on the Tape. It was a What's on the Tape, and that episode was 40. I think somebody mentioned it the other week. Actually, that episode was 45 minutes of me attempting to load Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, or Atlantis something or other. But basically it's like a really big one. It's really expensive. You can find it nowadays. I mean, really, really expensive. Last time I saw it going for about £200. It was an expensive... Oh my God! Double tape error! Rewind and reload! I'll rewind. And reload. Oh my goodness. Do you think it's a 128k game? I wonder if it's that. Let's give that a try anyway. That's been a while since we've seen an error, actually. Oh, rewind and reload. I don't even know if I've got a copy of this somewhere handy. We might have to go to the old... We might have to resort to the old PlayZX approach to it, which is in the description below if you ever need it. It basically allows you to load tapes from an app that's it's a Google app in this particular case, and it's really, really useful. It was actually... I discovered it through Dave Plays Retrogames, Badly Birdsall. He's the man who taught me how to do to use PlayZX as a replacement. Because to be fair, I'd actually gone the Div MMC route, which is the sort of the SD card thing, but you miss out on the nostalgia of loading. No, see, that's not good. That's not a good sign. I'm looking over my shoulder to see if I got it in a Hit Squad or something similar. It was a Hit Squad, wasn't it? Wasn't it a Hit Squad? Or am I wrong? I can't remember. I want to say it is a Hit Squad, he says, leaning over his shoulder a long way so you can't hear him, and he's like practically whispering. But I want to say it was Hit Squad. If it was, I can't see it at this moment in time. I can see International Karate and a few other things. Hang on, I'm just looking. Just looking. It could be hidden behind a pile. Hang on. There's a pile. Oh, God. Don't let that drop off again. No. Was it Kicks, then? I don't know. I'm so confused. I think it might be Kicks. Hang on. I've got the Kicks as well. Oh, the Kicks. I'm looking at the Kicks now. I'm just standing up having a look. I think... Is it Kicks? Could be Kicks. Oh, I was pretty convinced it was re-released. Now I've moved everything off around on the shelves and I can't find the blooming thing. Right, okay. Let's see if it's on Let's see if it's on PlayZX before I start messing around any further, because that doesn't look good as a loader. So let's see if PlayZX has got this thing on there, and we'll give it a whirl off there, because I'm sure it's Indiana Jones: The Temple of Doom. I kind of like that. I kind of like those. I like those early indie movies. I liked the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I really did love the sort of. What else did I love? I just loved the whole style of them. I remember do you remember the whole gun incident though in Indiana Jones, the Indy? Can I spell it correctly? Indiana. Oh, there's a couple of them, actually. That's what it was called. Yeah, it was Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. It's 40-odd minutes long. What a blooming load that was. Oh, and there was The Last Crusade. I forgot about that. Temple of Doom. I think I'm going to go with the Temple of Doom. I forgot about The Last Crusade, though. I doubt it's The Last Crusade, though, because the tape is a C15, which means it's 7.5 minutes, which is round about the length of time it takes to load the Indiana Jones game, roughly. Yes, we'll give that a go. It was Kicks. I can't see it though. It was Kicks for The Last Crusade anyway. So anyway, let's reset this and let's do the load dit on the old on the this one here. I'm gonna push the button. There we go. And play. There we go. Fingers crossed this one loads and we'll see if it happens. So Indiana Jones, right? Okay. So if you've not seen the movies, I don't know where you've been. First off, they're well worth seeing. Apart from possibly the Crystal Skull one, that wasn't the best. That Shia the Beef in it, the Beef himself, Shia LaBeouf, the Beef, in it as starring as his son, wasn't he? He was kind of his son, and in the sort of swinging 60s instead. So it wasn't quite the 40s when his dad was popular. Last Crusade, great one with Sean Connery and Harrison Ford, and of course Sean Connery at that point in time was only about 10 years older than Harrison Ford, which was hilarious, really. But of course you had the Raiders of the Lost Ark, the very first one, which I really enjoyed, and Raiders of the Lost Ark was great because there was a whole section where he was fighting somebody and he sort of shoots them, and sort of goes to kind of shoot them with his gun, and that whole scene. I'm sure it's the scene. I don't know if is it Indiana Jones. One or two where he goes to shoot him with the gun, and there's the gun there, and he just shoots him quickly. As I understand it, Harrison Ford was had a few problems with the food in the area they were in, local food issues. So he was having a few digestive issues, and those digestive issues were meant that he wanted that scene to end very quickly at that point in time. So instead of doing the when the guy with the sword giving it sort of, and I'm sure maybe Raiders lost that, sort of swinging with the sword, kind of going, I'm going to go, and he just pulls out his gun and shoots him. That's because Indiana Jones or Mr. Ford required the lavatory break, apparently. So that was the reason for that scene ending that way. And actually, what a great way to end it. It's like, shit, he needs a shit. Let's end the scene. Well, there we go. So you've learnt something today. You've learnt some important information that will be in some pub quiz that you'll be on. And one day, and they'll be like, why did that scene end so not abruptly, but why did it end like it did? It's just sort of, there we go. But there's Mr. Ford on the screen. I'm worrying about his nose, though. It does seem a bit off, that. There's something a little bit off about that. Temple of Doom. This is all about where they end up in a forest, don't they? Don't they crash land or something similar? And they end up in a forest, and they end up getting these sort of these stones back. These stones with 3 lines on them, representing some kind of river or life and whatever else is in all the villages. And all the children are sort of zombified and made to work in the mines. What were they mining? Were they mining like diamonds or something like that? Probably was, because I think it was it Africa or was it Asia? See, it's been a long time since I've seen Indiana Jones. I remember the Raiders of the Lost Ark more than I remember the rest of it. The thing about it, somebody pointed this out about the Raiders of the Lost Ark, though. Somebody pointed out this whole thing about the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I was just about to drink coffee there, by the way. I nearly spilled it on the floor again. Not so long. But Raiders of the Lost Ark, if they hadn't been involved in any way, shape or form, the movie would have still ended the same way. All the Germans would have still opened the Ark, and everybody who was involved in it would have died. Think about that for a second. Brace yourself with that one. That's a bit of information. That movie, even if Indiana Jones wasn't in it, would have theoretically ended the same way. Assuming they got the staff right, and they got the staff, and he hadn't got involved in the staff that needed to show where the right place was and the right height of the staff, because they hadn't got both the sides of the thing on the amulet that showed them where the ark was, the covenant of the ark. They were digging in the wrong place, but it would have still ended exactly the same way. Huh? Yeah, because they were going to open the ark anyway to discover its powers, and it's only it's Indian. I can't remember her name. Oh, can't remember her name. They closed their eyes during that last scene. I'm sorry, I'm spoiling it for anybody. Spoilers. Go back about 5 minutes and go with the spoilers. But yeah, Indiana Jones would have ended the same way, or the Raiders of the Lost Ark would have ended the same way, whether Indy Ware was there or not. Ah, stop tape. No, not that button. Ah, shit. Stop. Pause. Oh, God, I think I paused it way too late there because it's not on there. Press any key. Reset the counter to 0 now. Yeah, okay, done that. Yeah. Am we playing again? The Sakara Stone. Press any key to start the game. J for joystick. Fire starts the game. I'm going to assume it's space. So it's not space. M. Oh dear, what's the fire button? Don't press J, because that's joystick. What's the keys? Coding by John Prime. No relation to Optimus Prime, of course. J for joystick. Aha! We've got to avoid the thuggy. That's it, the thuggle guards, or thuggy guards. 9 kids held captive, avoid them. Got to find the kids. Now, hang on, I've got to whip the thuggy guards. How do I whip the guards? It said press fire. Oh, my God, what's the fire button? Break. Space. Space. It is space. Oh, but it's the break button for some reason. There we go, thuggy guard. Let's go up here. I've got to avoid the... Oh, God. You got to rescue the children, basically, so they're on different levels. Wasn't this an arcade game, though? Of the same name and sort of same... The thuggy guards. Yeah, okay. That's funny, though, that it's the break key. It's weird. That's a very weird thing that's happened there. I don't know why it's the break key. Oh, they can't get up the ladder. So I've got to find children, because they've been grabbed. They're being used to mine these special stones of some sort. They're usually kind of tucked away. I quite liked it, actually. I'll admit. I remember having this back in the day. I quite liked it. It was all right. Yeah, I keep hitting him. There we go. Can I get this child? Oh no, I've got to hit it to get the child. Ah, damn. There's a child with the biggest head in the world. Children with the biggest head in the world. There's now 9 left of them to pick up. There's not much in the way of music, but I quite liked it back in the day. As I say, I quite like the concept of the thing. I can't remember what the next level is, though, to be honest with you. Yeah, you're running around some kind of mountainside. I remember it being very sweaty. I think that's the word I want to use to describe it. It was very sweaty indeed. Game over. It was barely worth doing, wasn't it, for what it is? I'm not even gonna begin the quest for another Sakara stone. I'm gonna rewind the tape, and we're gonna do. I'll tell you what. I'll rewind the tape, and I'll push the button to go again while we're rewinding the tape. So we'll begin our quest again for the Sakara stone, but we'll and I'll rewind the tape. Up we go. Let's see if we can find. So there'll be some. Assuming they don't move the locations of them, they're all in the same place. Should be one down here. There we go. Oh, it is a bit... Is it randomised? I don't know. Yes, I know I've got to whip them. Oh, I think it's randomised. Or is it random? I know that's the same one there, look. Same child there. Let's go this way. See, no, there's nothing there. Don't fall off the edge. I actually got behind him, right up behind him, and took him from behind. he wasn't watching, so I snuck up on him. It was a bit rough. Tape is rewound. Did say this tape was broken, actually. This was a bad sign if it says it's broken. Oh God, I'm dead. That's game over. It's very exciting. Very exciting. Not one of the greatest games in the world, but I do remember quite liking it back in the day. I was quite like that one. So load it. Let's push this button and let's go for it. We'll see Gauntlet. Now Gauntlet, Atari classic Gauntlet. 4 players, there was like a 2-player cab and there was a 4-player cab, and you can load. You're not going to be awkward today. Mind you saying that, I haven't jinxed it, but I did say that it's been a while since we've actually had a Gauntlet, a game that's failed to load. That's right. You give up. Horrible. Right. Okay. Let's push the button over here. Let's put this in here. I'm going to put the tape in the other drive and see if we can turn up the volume a little bit and see if that helps in any way. But yeah, Gauntlet was an arcade game. They remade it in they've remade it I think a few times, but they remade one that was kind of meant to be similar to it. I can't remember what it's called, Deeper Dungeons or something like that. No, that's Deeper Dungeons. They did that already. Stop. Let's try that again. Let's try it with a different volume on it. No, there's an echo on it. If you can hear the echo, there's a little bit of there's an echo sound to the whole thing at the back of it. It's like there's another bass in the back of it. No. Oh, good old What's on the Tape strikes again. We love it. We love a bit of What's on the Tape failure. Right, okay, can I see a copy of it knocking around before I try and find something else? We're in luck. I can see the Kicks version of it. Hang on. We're going to have the Kicks version of it, and we're going to give it a go. Gauntlet, yes. What was I going to say? What was I saying about that? Lots of levels. This kind of. I think this is probably the grandpappy to the Diablo series. I'll be honest. I think this thing probably spawned a generation of action adventure games as a direct result of its way it worked. I mean, you basically have wizards and warlocks, and you can a wizard. Sorry, what is it? It's a barbarian, an elf, a wizard, and a Valkyrie. That's what it is. So there's a female protagonist amongst all of these. And these people basically go down the dungeons and you're working your way to the bottom. And it's all about making cash and loot and things like that. Which, of course, is the sort of established thing for Diablo. That's what Diablo was all about back in the day, or still is, to be fair. I don't know what they're going to do with Diablo 4, though. I'm a bit frightened about that because as a massive fan of Diablo and those games, I'm a little bit frightened that they're going to make them a bit poo, and I do think they're going to be a bit poo. And to be fair, I'm still not going to buy them because they're Activision. So we're already in a bad situation there for the whole thing. I'm not going to get another. I don't want to put money in the pocket of Activision. I really don't. I don't. I used to. Yeah, the funny thing is, this is the worst part about it. Do you remember the days? If you think back to games, full stop, the EA is a very old company. It's been Electronic Arts is a very old company. It's been around for a very, very long time. I mean, literally, huge length of time. They've been around for they're going back into the 70s. I think there were some of their games. In fact, I played one of their very first games that's attributed to them as a distributor, and I can't remember the name of it. It escapes me right now. It's some kind of weird Donkey Kong style clone, but it's not quite Donkey Kong. It's a bit more tough than that. I played it a while back, but anyway, they've been around a very long time, and they used to be about. I know it was about commercially. At the end of the day, you want to make money, but you can commercially make money without absolutely using us as walking wallets. So no need for subscription things, no need for this. Bit of DLC, yeah, fair enough. We did have expansions back in the day. I'm kind of cool with that.
But there's some really old companies. Activision was very an old company. Activision though backed off from the European market at one point, disappeared. Probably at the end of the 80s, reappeared in the sort of the end of the 90s. You know, they had this sort of period of not doing stuff in this sort of thing. And I'm just all I want to do is I'm a gamer. I want to play. That's what I want to do, and I just find some of the practice is terrible. I mean, you've got Activision with its and Ubisoft's on there as well. And they're an old game company as well. I mean, it's just in this day and age, the behaviour is terrible. You know, they shouldn't be nasty. Don't be nasty. They don't need to be nasty. They're rich enough. But I know it's shareholders and all that kind of stuff, and the world is all about nasty. But there we go. There's a Valkyrie with a metal bra. The only thing that worries me about this scene is they've both got their swords, weapons way back, but that ball and chain was most definitely going to wrap around that sword. If he's whipped that back there, just to stop, and I say that's him bringing it back again, he's going to wrap that around her sword, and they're just going to end up without any weapons. But anyway, that's just me thinking that, possibly. So, press space to continue. On the following screen, use the cursor keys to move the pointer, and press space to make your selection. Okay. Alright, so, cursor keys to make pointer. 1, 2 players, 1 player. Choose my player. So, you could choose who you want to be. Thor, Conquistador, Theron, or whatever she's called, and Merlin, the wizard. Of course, they're all Merlins, aren't they? Space. Controls. Player 1, Q, DS, and Z to fire, and captures magic. Yeah, that'll do. So let's use the cursor keys to move up and down. Space. 2 people at the same keyboard. A mastery of things to do. I forgot it was a multi-loader though. No wonder that tape doesn't work, by the way. There's no way this was going to work. There's no way you were going to get the multi-loads on this. So there was expanded dungeons as well, or deeper dungeons, which should give you yet another set of dungeons, which is kind of cool. You got to admit, there's some pretty cool things about sort of gaming in the day. So even back then, we had expansions, and we didn't mind paying for them because we got our money's worth. You got the extra stuff. Once upon a time, cosmetics, and the fact that they've made cosmetics a chargeable item is disgusting, but cosmetics were actually all built into the game by default. And if you added an expansion, a DLC, or whatever else it is, you got those cosmetics by default. There are some companies out there still doing this, still doing it the right way, and still getting adequately rich in the process. There are companies out there doing that. I mean, the one that I play, Euro Truck Simulator there, that SCS Software, they allow people to modify the game, which is fine. They also do their own downloadable content for, skins and whatever else is. But that's more, you're paying you could download those yourself for free. But what you're doing is you're paying the developer for their time, their effort to make something important. So they do cosmetical skins, yes, I get that. But they also do downloadable content, probably one big one every year since they started the games, and it's been running for 10 years now. It's over 10 years old, the game. One big download of extra maps, and they're always updating it. They're always fixing it. Recently, it was a Halloween event, and they gave everybody a free Halloween theme, that you downloaded because you're playing the game. They don't have to. They don't have to do any of that. They could stop it. They could create another Euro Truck, 3 and stop development on that. And they haven't done that. They've continued with the program itself. Same with Minecraft. Minecraft's exactly the same. You can put your own stuff into it, but you can do other things. That was bought by Microsoft. That was Mei-Yong, and they always wanted to. Is it Mei-Yong? Anyway, the original creators, I think it was. Is it Mei-Yong? I can't remember. I'm going to get it wrong. But anyway, whoever the original creators of Minecraft were, I know it was Notch is the original developer, but those guys just carried on creating a game that was ever expanding without any cost to the users, and I get that. That's cool. There's some cool developers out there, and their games are worth millions because of that approach, rather than, I don't know. I mean, the reason things like FIFA and all that kind of take off, and ones where they've got sort of F1 licenses and all that, that's fandom more than it is anything else. That's the fandom for those players and teams and whatever else it is. It's not necessarily I'm sure the quality of game's there, but it's not necessarily. Not everybody's a football fan. I'm not going to buy FIFA. Last FIFA I bought will have been back in the days of Acura Soccer and FIFA on the PlayStation 1. And I only bought it because I wanted to play a football game. I didn't really care what teams were in it. And to be fair, I'm a sensible soccer man. That's where I come from. And the thing about sensible soccer is after about 5 seasons, none of the players really makes a difference. The players are just players, you know, so it doesn't make a big difference, the whole thing. Anyway, I've got coffee. What you got? What beverage are you drinking? Have you got something good? I'm going to pause that there because I'm going to push the button in a minute to do the thing. Oh, it's a good cup of coffee. It's been sitting for just 2 minutes. Oh, look, Bob's the best Valkyrie. There we go. And the wizard was Kev. And Arp. And what was the number? What was Thor? Bill. Bill the warrior. One of those legendary weapon. Rewind side 2 and press spacebar. Really? I thought we just loaded it all. Alright, I'll rewind side 2 and press the spacebar. Then press space. I will. Just rewinding it now. A lot of rewinding and whatever else. I don't remember all this. I'm sure it was there originally. I don't remember doing it all, though. I played this on the Amstrad CPC. It was quite good, actually. Quite enjoyed that one. I also quite like the Mega Drive versions of it. Didn't they get Gauntlet 4? I think that was the one they got. Gauntlet 4. Did they get 3 as well? Don't know. I know there was a few Gauntlets, but it's the more modern day remakes, the sort of mid 2010s that were start the tape. Oh God, we're starting the tape again. On side 2, I'm hoping there wasn't any reason to reset the counter for any reason at that point. I'm hoping side 2 was actually the levels. This is probably where you replace it with a deeper dungeon tape. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe. What a day I've had. So that box as well at the beginning when I got the little box of goodies that came through the post there. That came at the perfect time. The perfect time. I just got up and I had to go shopping, so it was a perfect time. Right. So that's me firing my wizardy goodness, my wizardy jizz. There we go. Have some of that. So your health goes down all the time anyway, because obviously you're eating. And you get keys which will allow you to open that door there and allow you to choose different levels. So I'll show you. Oh, there's some deeper levels here. So you could go to level 4 to start off with. I'm going to go get that food, but I am really not going to go through level 4. I'm going to go to level 2 from here. But the idea is to get to the bottom of 100 levels. And it's quite cool that there's 100 levels. But there we go. We spin down here and disappear into the whole thing. Level 2. So let's go down here. I haven't tried the magic actually. I've got enough for a magic? No, I haven't got any magic. But there's a magic pot. Bet you. Yeah. Boom. Right. Come on. Where's the generators? So these are generators. That's what they're called. So these generate the creatures, and they take us so many hits to destroy them. They start to get smaller as you shoot them. Oh, I'm getting all this. I'm getting a load of goodies. That's some health. Got to keep your health up the whole time. Idea is obviously to be looting these dungeons, looting them, taking all of their stuff away. Looting. Got to get over 10,000 points to get the high score table. I don't think I ever played it in the arcade. It's bizarre, really, because it also hasn't appeared on the 20p arcade challenge. It really should. It's kind of one of those games that should be there. There we go. Different creatures as we go. That's poison down there. I love the way that they just made it so obvious that it's poison. It's like XXX death on it, on the edge of it. But, yeah, you do hurt them, by the way, when running through them. But letting them touch you obviously makes your health go down quicker. So, great fun with 2 people. Great fun with 4 people, I'm sure. I've never played it with 4 people, but I've played it with 2. We got another key. Oh, not even standing around here. There we go. That's not the way out. The way out must be the far corner. There it is. 1, 2, out. Spare key in my hands. Very useful. So you got keys and you got magic. Oh, look at these guys. New guys to attack. It's been a while. It's really good, actually, though. Just a nice simple concept. Yes, you can shoot the foods. Brilliant. Days when Atari was a powerhouse of ideas, or certainly had the developers who were a powerhouse of ideas. So there we go. It's amazing though, they've got a collection coming out, the Atari 50. Everybody's saying it's well worth it for the interviews with the developers. I'm happy to see those, but I've probably seen them all. I know there's new interviews, but I'll be honest, we've probably seen them all before. We've probably seen all those things. The only thing that's new on it is that they've put some Lynx games on. They've put some unreleased things. They've got something called Atari's game, which is a handheld console thing called Atari Touch Me, which sounds extremely dodgy, considering the era. But it's Atari Touch Me is on there as well, which is, as I say, an arcade, not an arcade, like a little handheld game in like your grandstands. It's bizarre. I'm not sure why it's on there. If I'm honest, my health is really low. I hadn't realised how low my health was. Where's must be some. Oh, there's the exit, and I've died. Oh no, I've got my name in the high score table though. I should put in Bill, shouldn't I? Really? I didn't realize I was doing so badly there. Actually, I'll be honest. I had no idea I was doing so badly. There we go. Demon is in the table. Enter space. Magic. I'm in the high score table again for it. Wow, that was actually that's kind of cool. Not played that in so long. I kind of enjoyed that in a strange sort of way. It was nice to have a little go again on the old gauntlet. It's been such a while. When was the last time you played it? I bet it's been ages since any of you have played it. We all kind of run out of time though, don't we? That's the problem with life. You run out of time. I mean, I ended up doing domestic things today because I record this on the Saturday for the Sunday. And I ended up doing domestic things today, and only because I didn't get a chance to do the domestic things I wanted to do yesterday. It just ran out of time. Just life and work and things like that got in the way. So which is a shame because it shouldn't do. You'd hope you get that balance, but nobody seems to be getting that balance nowadays, do we? Just not the way that we used to. I don't think so. But it's yeah. But it's nice to get some games on. It's nice to have a little bit of a chill and watch some. Nostalgic stuff or play some games or what I find with myself is that when I'm watching some people's channels and watching and by the way I'm rubbish for commenting, so if you're one of the people I do watch, I do apologise, but I'm I do watch them and I know, and what I do is I end up putting on the games that were there. I mean, I watched what was his name? I want to say Pixel Generation. Stuart, if you're watching, Stuart, hi. Why am I doing that? I need to reset the machine before I do that. Let's do that. I was just going to go with that one. But I watched him and he was doing like the years, and he did 1988, and what a blooming brilliant year 1988 was. 1988 was a fantastic year. We had Target Renegade came out, and of course for me, Operation Wolf, which was the game that I'd played in the arcade in 1987. 1987, I've gone back in time there. 1987, I played that in the arcade, and Operation Wolf on the Spectrum was for me was like the best I was going to get away from the arcade. I mean, the Amstrad version is pretty sweet, actually, to be fair. But the Spectrum version is the one that I absolutely loved, and I got that for Christmas in 1988, and but it was a great year. It was a great year. I mean, for in general for games. I mean, I do recommend you go over there. I'm going to put a link in the description below to I'm sure it's Pixel Generation. He's also the chap sort of mothering, looking after, hosting the YouTuber of the month. Not that I ever got onto the YouTuber of the month, but I did vote for a couple of people in the past, and one of which one definitely won. I don't know if the other one's won. I'm hoping they have. I voted for 8-Bit Rach. I hope 8-Bit Rach won this month. But anyway, it was those were the YouTuber of the month. I think it's like under 1,000 subscribers and some kind of on-screen presence of some sort. It get you to be voted in. So he's the master of that at the moment. He's hosting that. So and then at the end of the year, he passed that over to somebody else. It was a bit weird at one point though. They got to people where it was like 3,000 subs, which is quite a high number of subs really to be being hosting it. But it was always like under 1,000 when I originally saw it. So I think 2T UK actually did it at one point as well. So he's got a channel mainly about his pickups, to be honest, with an occasional bit of news. So oh my god, I've turned into a check out all those channel subscribing things. You know, as long as you've still got time to come over here and watch mine, that's cool. But lots of people to see. This hit pack version, by the way, is of battleships is quite good. I quite like the battleships. Was there a version of it? Oh, was there ever a Star Wars? I think there was a Star Wars version of it. I love a bit of Star Wars action, you know, with the whole thing. I know that not everybody's a big fan of it, but I do like a bit of Star Wars action on the whole thing. I do like a bit of sci-fi. Well, what's everybody watching sci-fi wise at the moment? Because I do love a bit of sci-fi. I love a little bit of science fiction, and recently I was struggling to think of anything that recently that was more modern that was decent sci-fi, and I bet you all can't think of any now. You'll be sitting there scratching your head going, nope. Can't think of any decent sci-fi. I mean, obviously, I've always done the I like the Dune from last year and things like that. But sort of decent sci-fi was the kind of thing that I liked. And actually as well, I'm going to add another little category at the moment because I hadn't realised it was there. Comic book movies that aren't Marvel and DC. There are some. There was one that I'd missed. It was Pat Mills was the original writer, and it was kind of a very edgy comic back in the mid-90s called Accident Man. And I hadn't realised Accident Man had been turned into a movie in 2018, and then a second movie in 2022. And I had no idea. An Accident Man with, I can't remember his name, somebody Atkinson or something like that. He's a mixed martial artist. It's perfect for the role because he's British and full of it, and it's brilliant. It really is. I quite enjoyed it. And if you've read the comic book, it's very, very close. Very close indeed. So you've got to give it kudos for being that close, and I do. I give it kudos for being that closest to the comic book, and it's nice to see that it had the same story and very close to the same story, and it was very good for that reason. I thought for a minute of stopping that. I'm sure the word is battle to get into this game if it needs a password, because there was one version that needed a password from the magazine. I'm sure there was. That's a nice high-pitched tone, isn't it? Battleships. We all had Battleship as a kid. There was some people who were rich enough to have the electronic version as well, where it kind of made explosion noises, didn't it? Always makes me laugh though, wasn't it? What was it in RoboCop? RoboCop, classic, absolute classic. We're not talking about the travesty of the modern day version, which was a mistake. No, we're talking about the RoboCop. I have saying that the actor who played RoboCop in that one went on to do Altered Carbon the first season. I kind of recommend that from there's good sci-fi on Netflix. Altered Carbon's well worth a watch because it's a bit saucy. There's a bit of nudity in it, but actually it's not a bad little story, that one. Definitely worth a look at. Altered Carbon in the second season of Altered Carbon, well worth a little look. But anyway, the original the RoboCop, they play. There's like little adverts in between occasionally for from the news station and the news station. One of them is the I'm sure it's the first or second one. And they play global nuclear thermo war. I can't say it. But anyway, nuclear war. But it's like battleships, and then there's like a little explosion of a mushroom crowd, and I've nuked your home, or something similar. Just ridiculous stuff. So anyway, let's have a quick cup of coffee. And that's been... Oh. Right. Press a button. 1 player. 2. 1 to start. Okay. What are my controls? Position your ships, then press end. Right, okay. What are my controls? Come on, controls. What are you? It's half the battle is finding out the blooming keys. Intermission. Press anything to continue. That's a hell of a shot. Welcome back and continue the game. Was that H for hold? Ah. I don't know what that is. I had movement there. What's left and right? Oh. I've got left and right now. 0. That's left and right. Space. M. Aha! There we go. Right. Let's pick up this ship. How do I rotate it? There we go. We can rotate it, look like that. So you can rotate it, turn the rotation on. So the keys are 2W90 and M. Wow. Right, okay. I'm going to put that one like that. I don't think I can rotate this one particularly. No, I can't. Turn the rotate off. Let's press that one there. Let's put you here. What's that one? That's that one. Put that one there. Put this one here. That's your big convoy ship. This is your little scout. I'm going to put it up the top there. Look, I'm going to go there. And then I'm going to end. Cool. Right, okay, ready, player 1. 24 shots at the enemy. This is a lot of shots. Right, okay, so let's do a sweeper motion across here. I'm just sort of generally sort of firing everywhere. Did I hit anybody? Yes, I did. I got one. Oh, I got another. Oh, I got 2 anyway, so it's okay. That's not bad. Player 2. So he's going to fire. He's going to stick all his shots down now. Bum, 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 taking his time. It's like he knows, by the way, where all my boats are. To be fair, he's shooting in the wrong area because I'm not there. Doot, doot, doot. I don't think he's hit any of them. Nope, completely missed. That whole area was completely clear. Okay. So, I'm going to start by... I've got 24 shots. I'm going to start by plonking some in here. And then I'm going to do... And then I'm going to do... That's it. That should hit a few more. That's one down. Whoa. Wow. Massively destroyed. I've got like 1 shot left on that boat, I think. And it's down. 1 shot left. Wow. It's not a bad version, this, by the way. You can get this. It's like the Encore version, which is the, obviously, by Elite re-released Hit Squad, the Hit Pack version of it. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I think he's going to hit some of mine now. Yep. Yeah, he's destroyed one of my boats completely. That's fair enough. Right. Yeah, he got that one there. He just kind of hammered it. One SOS there. Right, so this will finish that one off. This and this will finish that off. Let's just chuck some more in here. Get a lot less shots once you've lost a boat as well. Kind of like the fact that it builds upon shots on this version of it. There's 2 down. And I've hit another one. Everything else is missed. That's cool. He's got a lot less shots now to make on me, which is cool, because I've sunk 2 of his bigger ships. I think I got his battleship there. Yeah, 16 shots now, so he's a little less. Kind of cool, though, isn't it? I mean, I like battleships. I think it's a great game. Did he get the same number of shots on battleships, though? Oh, he's got a couple of mine now. Damn. Alright, let's see what I've got on his. Alright. And then put some through here. Must be in here somewhere. There you go, 20 shots, go. That's gone. It's always little stuff now, it's annoying. Oh, we got another one. And there's a little one. Destroyed him there. Absolutely destroyed him. Yeah, he's gonna... all round there. He's only got 12 shots now, though. So he is gonna get one of my boats now. Oh, he's got my battleship. Oh. Damn. Right, what else have I got his? Let's see what we can get. I got 12 shots to fire. In here, see if we can hit some more stuff. Oh, that's interesting. How did I not get very much of that one? Is it at a funny angle? Oh, it's at an angle across there. I didn't even think that. So I've surrounded it with bullets and never actually hit it. It's going to take out my destroyer now, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, my battleship's down. And he's hit mine now. Okay. Okay. Let's have a little look. Right, so this is obvious now. One. That one's dead now. Boom, boom, boom. That's down. Oh, it's these little ones that are going to be a nightmare. Yeah, his big one's down. They're running out of space, though, to hide them in. Yeah, that's a clever move. Try to work out exactly where it is. Oh, he's got my submarine as well. Actually, might lose this after all that. Because I have no idea where the rest of his stuff is. Damn. Well, I've still got 12 shots. Okay, here we go. Please hit something. Yes. Got both! I've got a chance to win! He's got both of mine, though. I'm in trouble. Or has he got... No, I've got both of his. So we're in... He's got one more of mine. He's got a few of mine. Damn. Sugar! Wow. Well, this should do it. Oh, I missed it. What's? Oh my goodness! It's up above the submarine. I've got a chance to kill the submarine now. The question is, does he finish me off before I die? I've got one boat left. He's missing it. I've got one boat left. I've got like 4 shots, I think. I've got the chance to win. Wow. It's good, this, though. Definitely recommend the Spectrum version of it. Good fun. Right, got 4 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4. This should do it. And it's over. We won with 1 boat. It was so close there to actually being completely lost. A lot of shots fired there. Player 2's fleet, you are sunk. You lose. Good. The winners! Do 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 do. Victory sails past. Oh, victory sail past. 1 boat. Kind of like that. That was good fun. Tournament with more players. That's so good, actually. I quite like that. Solvo Fire, 1987. Yeah, that's good. That was good. Right, let's flip it over and do the other side of the tape. I quite enjoyed that one. Right, this is Ghosts and Goblins. Ghosts and Goblins. Oh, no, wrong one. I won't like that. Menu. There's an exit, isn't there? Is there a menu button? I can't remember. There we go. Alright, down we go. Load dip. I remember getting this. I had a broken toe at the time. It was very exciting. I'd broken my toe, and I got this, and it was £7.99. And this is in the original clamshell. It was cool. I've got the clamshell somewhere as well. But I always remember looking at the cover going, it's very unlike the actual arcade game in its own nature. It's brutally difficult. Still brutally difficult. I actually can, funny enough, the older I've got, the better I've got at it. So I'm actually a bit better than I used to be at this game. I'm sure it's by Chinese group or something like that. Chinese developments or something like that. It's a very weird name of a company that actually produced the game. I just don't understand who or what, why. But yeah, I remember that it's a tough game. It's the first one, isn't it? In the Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts sort of saga. My favourite one, I think, along the way is probably the Super Ghouls and Goblins on Ghosts and Goblins. Ghosts and Goblins, I think it is on the Super Nintendo. I do think that's one of my favourite versions of it. However, I have seen a version for the Amstrad GX 4000. Yeah, Japanese capsules, whatever it is. Very weird. But yeah, there was a version for that that's really, really good. It looks very, very... I mean, it's obviously going to be blockier than the arcade version of it, but it looks really, really good. There is also a version... Oh, what is it? There's a modern-day remake, isn't there, of the whole thing? Not seen that. Don't look... I'm not sure that I'm very keen. But there's also Princess Madeline, which was basically made by a dad who wanted to make a version of Ghosts and Goblins for his daughter who wanted to play the game. Now I want that, but I don't think I've got the cartridge yet for the Switch. It's out for the Switch. You can buy it. You can download it. It's downloadable. It's downloadable content type thing. But I want a physical version for my Switch collection. But yeah, that's one I quite fancy. It doesn't get the best of reviews though, which is a bit sad considering the amount of effort that went into it. But it was very much Dad who wanted to make the princess the sort of the main sort of a protagonist rather than a king Arthur as it is in this case as the main protagonist. It's basically though it's the age old saga of the 80s and the 90s. Princess is stolen. Heroic knight goes forth and rescues her by stabbing zombies in the face with knives, as you can see by the picture. And King Arthur, or Prince Arthur, King Arthur, I think he is. King Arthur has got very short legs and very long arms. He's a very strange man, isn't he? I don't think he's realised yet that that's gonna first off there's a man called Keith Guthrie on the loading screen. And second off there's a creature climbing out to pull at his booties. There's very small, dainty, small, terribly small feet that he's got there. Alrighty. 1986. I don't think I ever played the arcade version of it until we did it on 20p Arcade Challenge, and it was brutally tough then as well. It's a good game. It's a good arcade game. It's a strong game. The one thing that's funny though, which makes me laugh about the later editions, is that you finish it once and then it starts all over again because the first playthrough was a dream sequence. Imagine doing that to a poor gamer. That's just horrendous. You get all the way at the end and they go, and it's a dream sequence. It's a dream sequence. I got a few games recently that were sort of codes were sent to me for Steam. I've got to give them a try, but one of them was a bit, I would say it was a bit broken. It didn't play particularly well, so I don't tend to review them if I don't actually like them. So it was a bit broken. There was another one was a very much Metroid, but very, 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 very much a very bland version of it, not a particularly good version of Metroid's best sort of on a Metroid sort of Vania style game, really. And to be fair, it's not Metroidvania. It's either Metroid or Castlevania, isn't it? It's either one or the two of the whole things. Both of which are exploratory type games. I mean, I don't think they're. I think they're one or the other. I know they go Metroidvania to kind of cover the whole thing, but I think they're more one way or the other. So this one was more Metroid than it was Castlevania. Maybe that's just to merge the old with the new. Don't know. Old with the new. Wow, this is a loader. This just seems like feels like a very long time to be loading this one. We've still got to do this. That's the Spirit. I'm going to get the magnifying glass out. We'll have a look at this for a second on the back of it. Graphic adventure with text graphics play like without the text. Ooh, is it a point and click? Scroll through the streets. You're scrolling the main area of the streets of New York with a realistic scrolling background of the New York skyline. Very nice. Here we go. Redefine the keys here for the first time and probably the only time you get a chance to redefine the keys, but we'll do it. Okay. Was it R to redefine? Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I know. R to redefine. Jump, fire, down, up, right, left, 0 to start. Do 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 do, and that's sort of the music. Do 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 do. Kinda. So this is zombies. Oh no! And then I pop off my clothes. The original Amstrad version of this, you died instantaneously. You didn't get the clothing removal. There's a bird on there that always tries to get me. Oh, I'm dead. I've been turned into a little dead Arthur. It's nice that I forgot they did the story part of it. You know that she's been kidnapped away. I kind of like that. Oh damn you! I hope that's got something in it that I need. No, it's just the big saber sword. All right. I was really... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. I do find this a tough game. I don't like the fact that the jump's not just the up. I don't think you can merge the two things together, unfortunately, which is a bit of a pain. Yeah. There we go. And then it's this guy here. Who comes and gets me every time and kills me. I hate him. And he gets sent all the way back to the beginning because it's just that kind of game. Just doesn't like you. And it sends you all the way back to the beginning. Graphics are nice, though. The graphics are nice. I have to remember. I remember liking the graphics and thinking they look cool. I mean, that was the thing, though. The arcade was the standard for games. I mean, that set the standard, the quality of games back in the day. And then if you could get it as a home sort of version of it, and it was actually quite good, you were like, wow. You know, that was the whoa. That was the sort of icing on the cake. That was the thing. If we could get to that the level of graphical fidelity that we could get in the arcades, you were chuffed to pieces with the whole thing. Now here it comes. No, don't get the fire. Sugar. This is the worst weapon in the world. Worst weapon ever. Hate this one. Anybody who can play this game with a fire is a god in my mind. Blooming fire is the worst. Yeah, okay, it sets the floor on fire, but what's the use in that when you're running along the level all the time? And unless they're going to run into it, which I suppose they will do eventually. But this case of this is look, I can't even hit what I want to hit. So the bird thing there, which I wanted to hit miles off, I couldn't hit. Oh, dead. You get a lot of lives on this game, by the way, because it knows how hard it is. You know a game's hard when it gives you lots of life. Spiky the Hedgehog. That is an example of a game where it knows how hard it is, and it gives you like 400 sort of lives to begin with. It's 17 lives, I think. And this is another game that gives you a lot of lives because it knows how hard it is as a game. But there's one thing about games like this is one of those games where I want to keep playing. Because it is it's such a damn good game, realistically. You want to keep playing, you want to keep pushing, seeing whether or not you can actually get a bit further and how far you can go. Oh, damn you, Mr. Zombie. Graphically, it's stunning. But yeah, you really want to push it and see how far you can get. That's the daggers. I like these ones better because they're faster. I should have picked up that cauldron. And then we go across here. Ah! I'm making it so far. There we go. No, I don't want that. You get away. Oh no, he's back. I hate him. I hate him a lot. It's just that first sort of creature. He does my head in. This is the one point I struggle with always with this particular game. I always struggle with that creature. He is just so horrendously difficult to beat. He's just a monster. He is. Well, that's quite literally what the game is, isn't it? He's a monster. He's a monster and a monster to beat, and as a result, just really tough. There we go. Oh, get off. Oh, come on. Does it let me get that far? Does it let me cheat? No, let's try to cheat by going past him. I thought I might be able to get past him and cheat my way out of it, but no, it wasn't to be. Oh, I've been hit by him. You can get your armor back. It appears in one of the cauldrons, and I've just died there like an idiot. It does appear in one of the cauldrons, so it is possible to get it back, a bit like the weapons. But I've got to admit, the daggers are the best in my opinion. This is the best one because it's a fast firing thing. The other thing is that the other thing that the best about it is that he says. Is that you've got the sabers which you initially get, but the fire is just awful. Oh God, no! I'm gonna try going along the bottom for a change, see what happens. What happens is I go, no, this isn't very good because I got all these things firing at me. You got to go across the top. It's the only way. Ah well, that was it. That was that one. But we're going to put on the last one. We're going to do That's the Spirit. We'll have a look at that now. So we'll see what That's the Spirit's like. We'll give that one last bonus game for you. Go, a bonus. A bonus. You've been very good today. You've been very good. Very good. Patient with me. So you get a bonus game because you've been a very, very good peoples. Very nice. He says fast forwarding that tape just so it's nice and neat and fast forwarded. And fast forwards that one. Right, okay, so this is the Edge game called That's the Spirit. And it's nicely rewound. That's what we like. Nicely rewound. Excellent. Push the button and we'll restart the machine. Are there instructions? There are no instructions, so we're gonna have to guess this one out. There are no instructions, but we have got the original game with That's the Spirit on the front of it. What's the picture? I'm gonna look at the picture in a second on the front of it. I did look at the beginning, but we'll look at it again. It's like a hat, an urban hat, a very urban thing. So very LEG, with some trainers, and at the bottom of it, and it says That's the Spirit. And I suspect, I don't know whether he's drinking it or not. Tts, tts. That's what it's pronounced as there. TTTS. Tits. Tits. Okay. I have a sneaking suspicion somebody was thinking interesting things on this. That's a very Edge type loader. I always loved that because that's what they have on Star Biker. Let's see. Sort of text adventure, input mode involving using objects and icons instead of input text, with the unusual complexity, the usual complexity of text adventure. So we get to touch our buttons with the edge to the river. I'm not even sure what we'll try to do though. Completion time. Months, even for expert adventure players. Months? You are kidding! It's going to take months to complete, even with expert sort of... Really? Many Spectrum games could be 10 minutes long, and that was a long game back then. Very much a quick sort of experience. You can shoot through... how long does it take to get through Green Beret? I don't think it takes long at all, does it? If you're good at it. I'm rubbish at Green Beret. I love Green Beret, but I'm blooming rubbish at it. Anybody else got any games that they love, but they're absolutely rubbish at? I'm sure we got hundreds of them, but Green Beret's like my it's like my kryptonite of games. I really, really love it on the Spectrum. I think the Spectrum version by far is the best version of it. I know the Commodore 64 version isn't bad, and the Amstrad version is awful, but when it comes to it, Spectrum version in my book, and I've never seen the BBC B version of it. I'm going to bring this up because I saw Andre's video on favourite games he keeps going back to. But he can finish the game. I can't finish it. I really can't. I've played it for years and years and years. I mean, when I bought it back in the day, I must have spent all day on that game. £7.95 that was from the market. Spent all day on Green Beret. I mean, literally loaded it, had it on all solidly all day. I could barely finish level 1. I got to level 2, I was like delighted. It's like, yes, level 2. And I don't think there's even that many levels. I think there's like 5 levels on it. I got to level 2 once on that day, and I remember it being sort of absolutely elated by the fact that I got there. And I knew how good a game I'd got in my hands here. But I just couldn't do it. And I don't know what it is about the game. It's just brilliant, but it's so hard for me. I don't hand-eye coordination. I mean, obviously, I obviously don't have that hand-eye coordination for the game. Yet sometimes I'm better than other times. It's a bit like playing Ghosts and Ghouls and Goblins, or Ghosts and Goblins. Then, I'm sometimes better than other times. That's the spirit. Right, we're getting a little bit of... Yep, getting a bit of story. Help programmers program. Cool. Press to begin, or zero or fire button on the joystick. Ooh. Aha! Sanity. Sanity is the thing here. Right, okay, let's go for a walk. Fatigue. What's this? Take. What's no. Z to continue game. There's a lot of keys here. Okay. So I've got tape. Take. Can't take that. Try to take that, whatever it is. It looks quite good, actually. Now I need to find the manual. I'll have to find the manual online and find that. You know, I don't mind rescuing games without the manuals. I've always had a thing for this. I've always... That's Tiffany's, isn't it? Tiffany's, they sell expensive jewellery, don't they? I've always had a thing for that. I always feel that oh, there's a ghost. Who's afraid of the ghost? Ghostbusters! Oh, Subway. Oh, it's night time now. The dog changes my sanity look. I go insane by touching a dog. Who would go insane touching a dog? It's the other way round. Gotta love a dog, look. There's a ghosty body. He's flown off. Oh, I quite like the look of this. This is something... Anybody played this before? I quite like the look of this. I quite like the look of this. You can only go that way. Yeah, this looks interesting. No idea what I'm doing, but it looks interesting. Ah, bone for the dog. That makes sense. Bone for the dog. So how do I give the dog the bone? Take, there's a ghost there, look, it says take the ghost. I've got to take the ghost. Oh, I've got to photograph it, I think. I think that's my thing. I think I've got to photograph it. How do I give this dog this bone, though? The dog needs a bone. Ah, throw. Right, let's find that bone. Now I'm stuffed because I've thrown it over the top of him. And there's the whole button. No, I'm going to die again. Sanity with a dog. Doogie's. Doogie is the place that I'm going to there. I kind of like that. I don't know what's anything about it, but I kind of like that one. And it's interesting it made me stop the tape, though, when it did. Oh, no, it's just, that's it. Just side one. And there's side two. Maybe there's two parts to the game. I have not played that before. Have you played that before? Oh, look at that. Vivian, Neil, Mike, and Rick. R.I.P. Rick Mail. Yeah, that's cool. Kind of like that. Vivian, Neil, Mike, and Rick, the young ones. That little bit of a spiritual sort of a thing there. High spirits. I like that. I like that a lot. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Dimmer. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you now. Bye bye.